annual festival PUTAO was organized since the last 4 years to pay obeisance to the sacred relics. And in 2020, the festival held from 5th to 8th February and was the grandest edition. For the first time, the government of the Republic of Myanmar opened their doors to the Buddhist pilgrims from all over the world for the festival. And in doing so, the festival became a massive congregation of not only the Buddhist pilgrims but also various Thai ethnic groups of Southeast Asia. The journey starts from Jongkham in the Namsai district of Arunachal Pradesh, India, home to the Thai Khampti of India, Voicely. The journey took the whole team of the Thai Khampti Heritage Literary Society to Guwahati, all the way to Imphal, where the road journey to Myanmar was only beginning. The India-Myanmar Friendship Road through Moreh and Tamu as a passage into the Union of Myanmar. The journey from Tamu to Myitkyina took about 30 hours, followed by a short flight to the final destination, PUTAO. Although an arduous one, the journey was marked with breathtaking views of the countryside. An enthusiastic indigenous crowd were present at the airport to greet the whole team and welcome to the festival and to KHAMTILOUNG. It was a euphoric moment to meet the veterans, the distanced Thai brothers and sisters. After the reception, it was time to move to the festival ground. Temples are an integral part of Thai society. It serves not only as a spiritual ground but also as a socio-cultural hub that brings together all the people. The temples and pagodas of the PUTAO region have their own unique and interesting history blended with myths and legends. The festival ground was within the compound of the Chowkongmulong Kangkham, which translates to Pagoda of the Golden Deer. This 2,320 years old pagoda is believed to house the relics of Lord Buddha from his earlier incarnation as the Golden Deer and is one of the many sacred centers of Buddhism. The festival was still a few days away, and the preparations were in full swing.
Vào đây pha biển dâu mưa giật càng khăm này mấy sản xuất xin nó nia thì cái hàngมันdâu phăng mà thế này vào này quang mù luông này tê này qua bờ này si manมันkia dâu càng khăm thế này ngayที่ไหนก็ไปกองมูจังมือไม่มันแค่เดียวที่กองมูลุงใช้เปลี่ยนกองมูลุงก็อันเจ็บมันอย่างเจ้ากลางคำใช่ไหมเมื่อปัญญาเนี่ยปีเรื่องไม่ไอ้ปล่อยเนี่ยมันปวดเจ้าที่สุดเนี่ยปล่อยลุงปล่อยเนาะngayที่ไหนก็โลก2017ไม่เนาะกูสนัยสิเนี่ยปีเรื่องไม่โอ้3 ปีไม่ปล่อยเรื่องแล้วปล่อยลุงปล่อยล่างสิเนาะ2017ไม่กูสิคิดมากซะ
The next day, the team made a visit to the temple of Mutong village. It has a 9-inch tall statue of Lord Buddha Rajamuni that weighs about 15 kilograms. A farmer stumbled upon this statue while tilling his field. It is believed to fulfill the wishes of the devotees who pay their respects. The Mular Siddhi village overlooking the Mular River was a breathtaking experience. The village is best known for Robert Morse, a missionary who introduced citrus plantations in the region and construction of wooden houses. The festival was here, and the crowd, dressed in the colorful traditional attires, were eagerly awaiting the inauguration. The various Thai groups could be recognized by their unique attires. It was time to receive the high dignitaries from Myanmar and India and officially inaugurate the festival. The festival served as a conglomeration of the different communities of the Thais transcending boundaries. There has always been an emotional and socio-cultural connect, and with these renewed ties, hopefully new possibilities of an economic connection in the near future begins. The Thais migrated to various places of their present settlements when the current political boundaries were not in place. Today, the Thais are spread across many countries in Southeast Asia, rooted in their own customs, culture, ethos and ethics, while simultaneously progressing towards modernity. Today, the Thai people are modern and yet intel the rich heritage and legacy of the former generation. The festival had art and cultural exhibitions of the various Thai groups, displaying different art forms depicting the vivid images of the people and its wares and ensembles. The Kauyaku porridge cooking competition was another exciting event where the Myanmar army also participated along with the civilians while onlookers cheered them. The games and sports activities included slippery pole climbing, tug of war, bamboo stilts, foot volley, traditional boat racing, and elephant race. The Thai Khamptis are well known for domestication of elephants since olden times, be it catching them as a game or trapping. They are expert in taming the pachyderms and using them in farms or for transporting goods. An elephant is regarded as an extended family member and holds an important place in the community's socio-economic aspect. Thai Khamtis have their own distinct wares and apparels. The Burman folk are good craftsmen when it comes to weaving their motif and designs on their waves, recreating their own handloom works. The Thais also have a rich and invaluable food culture. From the aromatic and sticky rice varieties to the use of herbs and traditional spices, it is always a savory dish which they churn out when they cook. Pasa is one such delicacy, actually a concocted soup of mashed raw fish with varieties of herbs and garnishing. Thai Khamtis are the only other tribe in Arunachal Pradesh and amongst the few in northeast India to have their own script. Teaching mother tongue in the formative years is one way to ensure that the language is preserved and promoted for posterity. The evenings of the festival started with felicitation of the important guests present in the events. Chauna Mein, the Deputy Chief Minister of Arunachal Pradesh, India, who led the delegation while addressing the evening audience, stressed the importance of reopening the historic Silva Road that connected India and Myanmar for both cultural as well as economic exchange and expansion of relations between the two neighbors.
Silva Road nake Lido Road niko wa Simeng how my Kondang my Apo Yang Long Kondang my son hit pin ke ko ngay cháu vong mong man mấy ko mà năm mà lâu này Kondang mà bà put năm này là bên này si Kondang này put ke hậu tao mà te kham sa pa pun kun hậu ko te kham sa pa mai ko te Kondang này put ke kun hậu te sin pho ko ti ma long se na mai ti me le long se na.
The remainder of the evenings were lined with multicultural performances by myriads of performers ranging from the well-renowned artists of Myanmar to the hosts and artists from India and Thailand. The program highlighted the vivid culture of the Thais while simultaneously entertaining the crowd.
Dài man man hô han tỷ thước cước giờ mi lù phàng la châu khâu
Besides the traditional presentation, a Bollywood dance by the Thai Khamti Heritage Literary Society mesmerized the crowd.
lên trời lên mưa nắng dài chờ khờ lên khờ phén mưa nắng mưa lần thâu bu lên nhà đến hậu mây xa buồn nông khẩn em đi mơ hôm mù này
I'm a dynamite and I win the fight. I'm a power load. Watch me explode.
châu hô ha châu sắm ba châu sắm lô hùng này đền hương hậu hào lô châu sương kỳ sương đi hô hậu
was a head dream. The one on my deal, baby, angel queen. But you fly in my life like an angel on my dream. But you fly in my life like an angel on my dream. And walk away, baby, my life was an empty dream.
What a name is she that live? May ta da pa le. Roman song qua ni le ya.
The exciting event is what the Thais call Ya Patisha, a procession of the money tree. The Patisha or money tree is made of all the currencies donated by the devotees. It is taken for procession amidst the beats of gongs, drums, cymbals, and prayers while devotees delightfully dance their way carrying the Patisha. The Patisha is brought to the temple after the procession and consecrated to the monks present.
तत्र कुशलचित्तो प्रियमाणः सुखमरणेन म्रियते तस्य प्रगाढः दुःखवेदना
Chau Namein also spoke to the Thai Khampti youths and exhorted for soldiering the honors of carrying forward the rich legacy while maintaining the vibrancy of the tribe.
คนละก็ได้คำเดียวส่วนไหนมากาซีตั้งที่นี่เนี่ยก็มาคือแต่เขาไม่มุขมุดมซีเอาล่างก็ป่วยล่างเนี่ยเอาจี้ล่วงเหมือนกันเนี่ยอันนี้เนี่ยดูหันเชียงก็จี้หน้าเพี้ยวจะคือกันน้ำตาน้ำตัวเอาเนี่ยไงคืออันละหยวนก็เนี่ยลงไม้ละขันมือมันขึ้นมันน้ำละไข่เหลืองบนน้ำละกูเจอเนี่ยก็ไปละห่างจากอู้ซุนเนี่ย
The last day was marked by the festival of Mai Kosomphai or Magh Purnima, one of the important religious festivals of the Theravada Buddhist. Mait Kosumphai is marked by the burning of the tall stacks of firewood in the wee hours. The lighting of the fire is a commemorative gesture of the Lord Buddha's announcement of his parinirvana, and the Kauyaku signifies the food he was offered by a devotee on that fateful day. It was only fitting that the festival was to end in such an impactful way. After the festival, everyone was excited to visit the nearby areas and explore tourist hotspots. The jade green Napkyo River, flowing with its majestic elegance, not only soothes your sight but also fills your mind and soul with sublime joy. The boat ride was both calming as well as offered some adrenaline rush. And as the boat splashed along the river course, the sight of the banks with rocks wonderfully sculpted by the gentle yet persistent flow of the river is something to behold. Khampti on the upper reaches of the Namkyo is a place filled with the myths and legends of the Thais. One of the Thai emperors is believed to have chosen the place as his abode after death. After a 10-day tryst with PUTAO, we were back to Medchina, the capital of Kachin state. Here, it was time for shopping and trying the varieties of food. The vast expanse of Nong Long in Dauki Lake, with a mythology of its own, is both a tourist attraction as well as a place for offering prayers and releasing fingerlings and seeking merit and blessings. The seagulls flocking around are a sight to cherish. This historic sojourn to Myanmar was concluded with a visit to the sacred Mahamuni Met Temple in Mandalay. Devotees placed golden foils on the statue with prayers to fulfill their wishes. The journey is undoubtedly the biggest ever cultural delegation from northeastern India to Myanmar after the Second World War. Moreover, as the members of the delegation was from Arunachal Pradesh, a protected territory in India, visiting PUTAO, another protected territory of Myanmar, in itself sets it in a new chapter in Indo-Myanmar relations, more particularly in light of the Act East policy of India. The travel through the Moret-Tamil border crossing was both arduous and time-consuming. The opening of Pangsao Pass on the lines of Moret-Tamil and reusing the historic Silver Road will surely help in realizing the emphasis laid down by the Act East policy and bridging the gap of the people across the Patkai ranges on either side who share common cultural affinities and dream of a resurgent relations, especially in the field of economic activities. The hope for renewing ties has been rekindled.